Good morning children, I am Symbiosis. Now I am going to teach you the remaining part of heterotrophic nutrition. In the last class I taught you about saprotrophic nutrition and examples for saprophytes are mushroom and fungi. And this fungi can also grow in pickles, leather items like shoes, bags, etc. and clothes also. Actually, this fungal spores present in the air. When it lands on wet and warm conditions or warm things, it germinates and grows. So, the fungal spores are present in the air, and then on wet and warm things, it can germinate and grow. Is it clear about the fungi? So fungi is an example for saprophyte. So what is saprophytic nutrition or saprotrophic nutrition? The nutrition in which organisms derive their food or nutrients from dead and decaying matter. Example, mushroom, fungi. Is it clear? Next we can see another method of heterotrophic nutrition, that is called symbiosis. So here we can see symbiosis or symbiotic association. In symbiotic association, two different types of organisms live together and share food and shelter. So organisms live together and share food and shelter. And here two partners are here. So in this symbiotic association, two partners are associated for sharing food and shelter. Here the two partners are mutually benefited. Let's see which are the examples for symbiotic association or symbiosis. The first example is lichens. Have you heard about lichens? So lichens are organisms in which two partners are there. The first partner is chlorophyll containing alga. Chlorophyll containing alga. And the second partner is fungus. Fungus is not having chlorophyll. Okay. So alga and fungus together form lichens in symbiosis. Here, due to having chlorophyll, the alga can do the photosynthesis. And fungus can provide shelter, water and minerals to the algae for doing photosynthesis. So we can see the alga provide food to fungus. Why? Because alga is capable to do photosynthesis because of having chlorophyll. But fungus, without chlorophyll, they can't do photosynthesis. So the fungus in turn provide water, minerals and shelter to algae. Shelter to algae. Is it clear? So here both the partners are mutually benefited. Which are the two partners? Alga and fungus. So alga do photosynthesis and provide food to the fungus, and the fungus in turn provide water, minerals for doing photosynthesis and provide shelter also to the alga. Is it clear about lichens? I will show you the types of lichens. So this is lichen. And here alga and fungi are mutually benefited by sharing food and shelter. Is it clear? And now we can see the second example of symbiosis. The second example is rhizobium. Have you heard about rhizobium? I taught you rhizobium. Rhizobium are bacteria. So these belongs to bacterial group. And this rhizobium live in the roots of leguminous plants. Leguminous plants, I will show you the leguminous plants So these are the leguminous plants. Grounds, peas, beans, etc. are called leguminous plants, and this is the rhizobium. So in the roots of leguminous plants, the rhizobium bacteria can grow. Okay. So we can see they can live in the roots of leguminous plants. Leguminous plants. Which are the leguminous plants? Okay. Here the rhizobium live in the roots of leguminous plants. And these plants and rhizobium are mutually benefited through the same symbiotic association. How it happens we can see. As I told you, the plant requires nitrogen for the proper growth and development. That nitrogen is present in the atmosphere in gaseous form. And the nitrogen can absorb by the plants only in soluble form or usable form. So the rhizobium convert the nitrogen into usable form or soluble form, and it make it available to the plants for proper growth and development. So here the rhizobium provide nitrogen to the plant. Nitrogen in what form? In soluble form or usable form. Usable form of nitrogen or soluble form of nitrogen. And the plant in turn provide shelter and food or nutrients to the rhizobium. Is it clear? So this rhizobium and plant is another example for symbiotic association or symbiosis. Is it clear? Here the rhizobium and plant are mutually benefited by this association. Okay, and another example we can see some fungi that also live in the roots of plants. There also the fungi help for absorbing water and minerals, and the plant in turn can provide food and shelter to the fungi. Is it clear? So another third example, we can see the third example, fungi. So some fungi live in the roots of plants, so that fungi provide water and minerals. Water and minerals means it helps the plants to absorb water and minerals, that we can see. Fungi help to absorb water and minerals, and the plants in turn, plants provide shelter and food to fungi. Is it here? So here also we can see a symbiotic association. Fungi and plants are mutually benefited. Is it clear about symbiotic association or symbiosis? Okay. Next we can see how the nutrients are replenished in the soil. See, the continuous absorption of nutrients from the soil, there is a chance of deficiency of some of the nutrients in the soil. The major nutrients required by the plants are potassium, phosphorus, nitrogen, etc. So these are the major nutrients required by the plants for proper growth and development. So the continuous absorption of these nutrients from the soil cause deficiency of some of these nutrients. So the farmers are forced to add these nutrients in the form of fertilizers. Fertilizers or manures. The farmers are adding manures or fertilizers. Fertilizers are chemicals, manures are natural. And the farmers are added fertilizers and manures to enrich the soil with the nutrients. Another way to replenish the soil with the nutrient is growing leguminous plants in the crop field. Normally the crop plants are absorbing more nitrogen from the soil. So the crop plants such as wheat, rice, etc., cereals, they need more oxygen. So that causes the deficiency of nitrogen in the soil. So to replenish the soil with the nitrogen, the farmers can grow leguminous plants in the soil. So leguminous plants, you know, which are the leguminous plants? Gram, moong, beans, etc. So in the roots of such leguminous plants, the rhizobium bacteria are there. So they fix the atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into soluble form and make it available to the plants. So the leguminous plant can enrich the soil with the nutrients. Actually, who enrich the soil with the nitrogen? Rhizobium in the leguminous plants. The roots of leguminous plants consist of rhizobium that can enrich the soil with the nitrogen. So this is the way to replenish the soil with the nutrients. Hope you understood everything about the chapter. So we already learned the different types of nutrition such as autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. In heterotrophic nutrition we learned parasitic nutrition, then saprophytic nutrition and symbiotic nutrition or symbiosis. Hope you understood everything. That's all for today.